As you can see, this is John Best Comedy. I always follow this guy. This guy is a tutor and he's also a comedian. So if you take your time to go through his page, you see that the majority of what he does is comedy. While sometimes he do teach about social media, especially FB. Hey guys, are you a FB creator or a content creator and you are be having a slow or a reduction in the performance of your FB page or profile? And note, this same information that I'm going to dish out now can also apply on that social media platform, even though I'm focusing on FB. Now, as a creator, there are 5 important things you have to focus on in order for you to continue earning massively on your page or profile. Now, yeah, we have original content. You have to make sure that as a creator, you have to make sure that you always dish out original content. Make sure you always dish out original content. Stay away from posting on people's content. Create your original content. Even though I don't like this kind of content where people recreate another person's content, even though I don't like it, but it's even better you recreate another person's content, and it is you in that content or in that video, than for you to be posting another person's content. So you have to learn to post original content. You understand? Don't that FB always reward creativity and authenticity. So you try to be creative and you try to be authentic in everything that you do. Always have unique content. Content is always you, not like posting another person's video. So right, so make sure you always have engaging content, because those kind of content, those kind of engaging content is what will keep up, engagement, on your profile or page. You understand now? So that's the on number one, on creating of original content. Then on number two, we have rules and regulations. As a creator, you need to always understand and follow the FB monetization policies. You have to understand all these policies and learn to stay away from posting things that will go against their policy. You know that when you do something that will go against their policy, or you post something that will go against their policy, this can make you to lose your monetization, and you will no longer be earning anymore. You understand? So stay away from things that will bring a bad violation to your page or profile. So that's why you have to master everything that has to do with the rules and regulation of FB, and same with other social media platforms. Like for example, they'll say, okay, don't post a video containing an open body of a child. Don't post a video containing the nakedness of a female. Don't post a video containing a people fighting seriously, or a scene containing a fire or blood. So you have to make sure that you know the kind of things you post as a creator. Know that this thing, will it be against the material policy or not. So before you make any post public, always ask yourself, this thing I'm posting, and take your time to go through the post from the beginning to the end. If the content, if any area of the content will be against the monetization policy, so you have to make sure that take note of these things before making your post public. All right. Now on the third, we have on the third area of focus, we have consistency. So make sure that you always post every day. Always be regular when it comes to posting on your page or profile. You understand? Because the more active you are, the more FB will continue to push your content to more audience, and the more audience, the more engagement, and the more engagement, the more the money. I hope you understand. This strategy. All right. So now on the fourth area of focus, we have the audience engagement. As a creator, always create content that sparks reaction, content that always command reaction, content that always command likes, comment, and shares. There are some people that they are used to posting some kind of content that is not worth reacting to. You understand? So whenever you are posting anything, make sure you create a post or a video that will command a reaction, that will spark reaction, that will make people to either like or comment or even share the post. You understand? So it's very, very important. Make sure that you do this as a creator. All right. Now, another thing again, as a creator, always ask questions. Whenever you drop a post, always ask questions regarding that post that you uploaded. Always drop something in the comment section, in relation to that post that you uploaded. And again, always reply comments. Whenever people drop comments on your post, always reply the comments. Even though you cannot reply all the comments, at least out of 4 comments, you should be able to reply like 2, for example. You understand? So this is very, very important. So the more you do this, the more you keep up the engagement. And the more engaging your page or profile is, the more viral your page and profile will go. The more FB will be pushing your content, and at the same time pushing your page to more people who does not know about your page and your content. All right. Now on the fifth area of focus, we have the content strategy. The content strategy and niche focus. All right. Now, as a creator, you need to you're not just a creator that will just be posting anything you like, creating anything you like. You need to have one area of focus. You need to have a clear niche that you're focusing on, you know, pick up that niche and stick to it. Like we have comedy, we have news, we have reaction, we have lifestyle, and many others. So you can pick a particular niche and stick to it. Keep your focus on that particular niche and keep it up. Like for example, now let me quickly tell you about a popular creator on FB. As you can see, this guy, this is John Best Comedy. I always follow this guy. This guy is a tutor and he's also a comedian. So if you take your time to go through his page, you see that the majority of what he does is comedy. While sometimes he do teach about social media, especially FB. Now, so when you have a niche, it could be your niche can be a comedy, while you have other things. So trying to have a particular niche does not mean that you cannot do other things. You can be doing one particular niche and also add other niche. So it will just be like a sub niche, you know. So but you have to have one main niche that you are focusing on. Then why other things can go along with it. So if you notice this guy, you know, he always posts comedy. Why once in a while he teach about social media. So this is a very good strategy. So you that is watching me right now, you can also pick up, you know, this style, this strategy, and work on it. You understand? So you see, so these are the top 5 important things to focus on, not just to earn on FB, but to earn massively. Because the more you do this, the more your page, your profile will be going more viral. The more your content will be reaching more people, and the more audience you'll be having, the more engagement you're having, and the more money. I hope you understand this, how this whole thing works. All right, so for short now, we have original content. Focus on original content. Then on the secondly, we have a rules and regulation. Knowing the rules and regulation and make sure you exist for anything that will go against the rules and regulation, you know, of this platform that you are making. You know, anything that will go against the monetization policy. Because this thing, if you do this thing, you will lose your monetization. Then on the third, we have consistency. You know, trying to post, being regular and posting every day. And on the fourth, we have audience engagement. You know, you trying to be very engaging with your audience. You know, by asking questions, by replying comments. You know, always try to make sure that any comment, any content you drop is always engaging. You know, any content you drop will not be a boring content that people will just scroll through and just pass. You know, they will not feel like dropping a like or a comment. You need to make sure that you drop such kind of content that we always command reaction. Now on the last one, which is the fifth, which is consistent content strategy and niche, which you already know. You picking up a particular niche and focusing on it, and you can also include a niche, but you need to have a main niche that you're focusing on. All right, guys, I hope you're able to get this whole information rightly. You know, if there's anything you don't understand about this whole information that I just dropped here, you are free to drop, you know, a response in the comment section. And if there's still any other thing that is kind of related to this topic, to this information, you're also free to drop it in the comment section. All right, guys, that'll be all in this video. I'll see you on next.